Carlos Alcaraz, back in action. U.S. Open prep heats up after Wimbledon setback. Carlos Alcaraz is gearing up for the U.S. Open after a heartbreaking loss at Wimbledon. The young Spaniard who had his sights set on a third straight Wimbledon title was stopped short by world number one Jannik Sinner. But here's where it gets interesting. Alcaraz isn't letting this setback define him. After withdrawing from the Canadian Open due to a minor muscle issue, Alcaraz took to social media to explain his decision. "I need to recover physically and mentally for what comes next," he wrote, promising fans he'd return to Canada the following year. This move, while disappointing for fans, shows a mature understanding of his own limits and the importance of strategic rest in the demanding world of professional tennis. But the excitement doesn't end there. Alcaraz was spotted back on the court on Friday, signaling his readiness for the U.S. Open, which runs from August 24th to September 7th. This tournament holds special significance for Alcaraz. It's where he claimed his first Grand Slam title in 2022. As part of his preparation, he's also set to compete in the Cincinnati Masters 1000 from August 5th to 18th. Assuming Alcaraz returns to peak form, we could see a thrilling rematch between him and Sinner at Flushing Meadows. These two tennis titans seem poised to dominate the sport for years to come. After the Wimbledon final, Alcaraz praised Sinner, admitting there were moments he felt outmatched. "I didn't know what I had to do," he said, highlighting the mental fortitude required to stay focused when your opponent is on fire. So, what do you think? Is Alcaraz's strategic withdrawal a sign of weakness or wisdom? Can he bounce back from his Wimbledon defeat to reclaim glory at the U.S. Open? Share your thoughts below. Carlos Alcaraz opens up about rivalry and friendship with Jannik Sinner. In the high-stakes world of professional tennis, few rivalries capture the imagination quite like the one between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. These two young titans have not only clinched the last 7 Grand Slam titles between them, but have also crafted a narrative that's as much about camaraderie as it is about competition. Let's delve into the evolving dynamics of their relationship, which might just redefine rivalries in tennis. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite their fierce battles on court, they share a surprising bond off it. Carlos Alcaraz recently shed light on his interactions with Jannik Sinner, revealing a relationship that has seen its fair share of ups and downs. Over the past 2 years, these athletes have dominated the major tournaments, turning their personal duel into the sport's most compelling storyline. Alcaraz, currently second in the world rankings, leads their head-to-head record with 8 wins to Sinner's 5. However, Sinner's remarkable comeback victory over Alcaraz at this year's Wimbledon final added a thrilling chapter to their saga. Unlike some of the sport's legendary rivalries, which often saw friendships blossom only after years of competition, Alcaraz and Sinner have developed a rapport relatively early in their careers. This is particularly noteworthy, considering Alcaraz's previous comments, where he suggested that being close friends with Sinner was not on the cards. His tone has since changed, especially after his gracious concession speech at Wimbledon, where he openly praised Sinner's performance and acknowledged his deserving win. "I have to congratulate Jannik once again. It is really well-deserved and an unbelievable 2 weeks for you here in London. For your team as well. I know there are a lot of family and friends that flew out for you. I am really happy for you," Alcaraz expressed on center court. Beyond the intensity of their matches, Alcaraz has come to enjoy meaningful conversations with Sinner away from the sport. He describes tennis as a unique sport that fosters great rivalries on the court while allowing for mutual respect off it. "Sinner and I are good friends. We can talk about many things off the court. I have great respect for him. He's a great person. I'm sure we'll always be able to maintain this relationship," Alcaraz shared in a recent interview. However, it's intriguing to note that Alcaraz did not reach out to Sinner during the latter's 3-month ban earlier this year. Explaining his silence, Alcaraz remarked, "I didn't call him. I didn't talk to him in the 3 months, but it wasn't about if I agreed or not. I mean, I was playing. I was in my feelings as though." Despite this, the bond between them seems to have strengthened post-Sinner's return, as evidenced by their subsequent encounters at major tournaments. Alcaraz triumphed at the Italian Open and the French Open, while Sinner took the title at Wimbledon. This evolving relationship raises a provocative question. Can fierce competitors truly be friends? And this is the part most people miss. The complexity of their interactions suggests the new paradigm in sports rivalries, one that blends competition with genuine respect and friendship. What do you think? Can intense rivalry coexist with real friendship? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Sinner and Alcaraz, the next big three in tennis? In the world of sports, there are those rare moments when a new generation of talent emerges, promising to rewrite the record books and capture the imagination of fans. Tennis is no exception. When rising stars like Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz step onto the court, their dazzling skills and youthful exuberance inevitably draw comparisons to the legendary Big Three, Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. But here's where it gets controversial. To truly stand among these titans, Sinner and Alcaraz must not only match their on-court achievements, but also capture the hearts and minds of the public in a way that transcends the game. Picture this. Two young talents, Alcaraz tearing through the tennis world with 9 Grand Slam victories in their last 12 attempts. Their raw talent and potential are undeniable, yet the shadow of the Big Three looms large. Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic didn't just dominate the sport for nearly 2 decades. They became global icons, with a blend of fierce grit, universal appeal, and deep emotional resonance that few can match. To reach the legendary status of the Big Three, Alcaraz must navigate a treacherous path of sustained excellence over a decade and create iconic moments that will be remembered for generations. Their journey is fraught with challenges, from public perception to personal controversies that could derail their ascent. But what truly sets the Big Three apart is their distinct identities: Federer's artistry, Nadal's indomitable spirit, and Djokovic's relentless willpower. These qualities not only dominated the sport, but set a standard that transcended generations. Sinner and Alcaraz have already produced classics, such as their epic French Open final in 2025, the longest match in the tournament's history. But these are still early days for them. To truly rival the Big Three, they must avoid injury-marred careers and build a legacy that goes beyond their staggering numbers. The Big Three were global icons, not just because of their achievements on the court, but also how they carried themselves. They were role models for many, and to match their greatness, Alcaraz will have to raise the bar. But Sinner's 2024 doping controversy, although he was cleared, tarnished his image and highlighted the pitfalls that await those who dare to challenge the status quo. Titles are a beginning, but the aura of a legend requires time, rivalries, and cultural impact that Alcaraz and Sinner have only started to build. So what do you think? Can Sinner and Alcaraz rise to the challenge and etch their names alongside the Big Three? Or will they fall short despite their early promise? Share your thoughts below. And this is the part most people miss. The true measure of a legend isn't just about the titles won, but the stories they create and the impact they have on the sport and its fans. The journey of Sinner and Alcaraz is just beginning, and it's up to them to write their own chapter in the annals of tennis history.